Hello and welcome to the channel. I'm Doomgiver, just working on some more Satisfactory today. Today what we're going to be looking at is a little bit of refinery, I guess, and we're going to blow through some of these milestones. Now you can work on the milestones and not submit them and just go to each one. I'll show you what I mean by that. I've gone in here. You'll notice jump pads is ready. But if I go here, petroleum, select milestone, that's ready. Everything is ready. I've just gone ahead and done everything. You can see there, I don't have to go into each one. All these are prepared. I just went ahead and completed all of them. The reason why is because it got pretty tedious with all the, back and forth. Now I just have to wait for the timer to go by. So I'm just going to fly through these. That way you don't have to see me collecting materials.
Milestone reached. Pipelines and pipeline pumps can now be upgraded to Mark II. They are like Mark I, but better. Pipes seem to be objects of fascination to humans. In fact, there are recorded instances of humans doing nothing but thinking about pipes for hours.
Sure thing. Okay. We're going to work on this smokeless powder. This is going to unlock some new weaponry for us that is pretty handy. I'm going to create a line just to make this stuff, but I'm going to do it lazy at first.
Research completed. Smokeless powder recipe unlocked. New sulfur research available for the development of high-end weaponry and ammunition.
And then we're going to open up compacted coal. The reason why is I want to get, we have rocket fuel right now. I'm sorry, not rocket fuel. What's this? Just called fuel, right? Packaged fuel. And that's what our jetpack is good for. But instead what we're going to do is we're also going to work on turbo fuel. Now you have to have a hard drive for this. Why I had 2 hard drives just sitting off to the side that I did not research.
Compacted coal unlocked. It is physically smaller and more powerful, but its carbon footprint remains enormous. This fuel upgrade can be used in coal-powered generators and vehicles.
I have gone blind. Is it not in here? I guess it's not. Okay, well. We will, of course you're not good enough for me. That's fine. Boom, 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 boom. Nope. I don't want black powder. Select recipe. We're going to do compacted coal. Start it up. So we'll just need this to run a little bit in order to get enough to unlock the next. And we're going to do another sloppy, ugly stuff. The main reason is because I'm trying to just unlock things inside this research tree. Once we get 200 of this, once we get some more, once we get 15 of those, which will only take 3 minutes, we can start working on that. So I want to show you, I'm also going to take Darth Water. He commented on my last video and he says that this biomass turned into biofuel actually is better than fuel, which we can test that out and see. I'll make an ugly version. I need to get rid of all that gunk anyways in order to make my battery packs. But we will test it out and see if he is correct. Now, I've started up this over here a little bit, looked at the math. The math makes my head hurt. But what we can do is this kind of fun stuff. So if you need to split something 5 ways, which isn't easy, you can do this kind of weirdness to where it comes into a merger. I know that's weird that it's a merger. It goes into a splitter. The splitter splits it 3 ways and 3 ways, but this side comes back to this. And the reason why is this thing gets fed back in, and that will split it beautifully 5 ways. Like I said, it makes my head hurt as well. What is that? That's 4, right? Yeah. And to show you that it does split 5 ways really fast, what you can do is simply this. And oh, I didn't put those, let's see, where are they at? They're brand new to the game. They are, gotta be under logistics, doesn't it? There, conveyor throughput. So it'll show you your throughput. Now you don't have to buy these. I just did it for you guys. Oh great, I'm out of them. But one fun thing is, simply enough, go ahead and speed all this up. We don't have to worry about it. Simply enough, if you take 500, dump it in here, it'll start going. Like I said, it's going to go through there. That's going to split, but that's going to split this way and then feed back to the main line. Now, when it's all said and done, this should be 100, 100, 100, 100, 100. Hence why I used something that's stackable to 500. So I should get 5 even stacks of 100. So while that's doing its thing, because it'll take a few minutes, I used a tier 3, which is 200 and something a minute. I guess I should have splurged and used the tier 4 for you. We'll go back over here real quick. I would pause it. That way you don't have to see me running back and forth on this part, but I want you to see that I'm not doing some magic trickery with the recording or anything like that. I apologize about the droning sound on the last video. I live in Texas. It's getting warm. Tomorrow's going to be 99 is the high. And the fan, I didn't notice it, but it turns out the fan, every time I start talking, would make its presence known. Go ahead and grab this. Kaboosh. And then
Milestone
we'll go ahead.
reached. The Blueprint Mark II improves upon the Mark I in every dimension, except for the metaphysical ones.
Aw.
This improvement was made available due to complaints from pioneers about other pioneers not being capable of managing their space efficiently. We listen to pioneers, always.
Yeah, they totally do. All right, so now we're going to do turbo fuel. Start that research.
Turbo fuel unlocked. This upgrade to regular fuel is optimal for fuel-powered generators, jetpacks, and fulfilling long-distance trucker fantasies.
Oh yeah, buddy. Oh yeah. So all this, we're going to need this smokeless powder. We'll go ahead and run over to our oil production facility. So yeah, I have all this biomass, solid biofuel that I'm not using. And all I need is a little bit of water. And right on the other side of this little ridge is a little bitty pond that you can fit probably 5 or 6 water pumps in. Then you can just run them over, give power, and we can just put a large machine in order to refine all that into liquid. I'll have to go get some plastic in order to make containers, but we can do all that too. So you'll notice it's 20 a minute, 20 a minute, 20 a minute. Take my word for it. Those are also 20 a minute. So it's going to take a little while, but because of this, it's going to be even. Now, if you only did a 2 to a 3 to a 2, it wouldn't have been even all the way across. This feedback loop makes me want to cry as well when it comes to the math. And there are videos out there with the math. I'm not going to go over that. It takes a few rotations for that to add back. And the math gets progressively, better and better and better as time goes on. So we're almost done. And then we can see how each of these 76, 77, 78, 78, 78, it'll work out to where each one of these is 100. Now, what I've done is I haven't started any of these machines up. I was trying to work on the math of everything. I don't remember if I went over it last video or not, but we have 8 iron smelters. This one, those 4. There's one hiding back there. And then those 2. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, with those 8, if I overclock them to 250%, because they're all crummy, they're all impure nodes. So I'm only getting 60. But if I boost these up 250%, I can get 150 out of each one of these 8, which equates to 1,200 ingots. Now that's great because it takes 100 ingots in order to give me 25 pipes. Okay. So if I divide the 100 by 1,200, I get 12. Those 12 will make us 300 pipes in total. Now, the tricky part is we have 15 pipes and 30 pipes. These aren't too bad to separate. I can separate them down the middle, even Steven, to where I want an even amount of these compared to an even amount of these. And the reason why it's 5 stators a minute to 5 rotors a minute, that equals 5 of these. Or I'm sorry, 10 and 10 equals 5 motors. So we'll have a little bit. It's two rotors and 2 stators in order to make a motor. So if I can split those evenly, then I can get the same amount that I can get to this. Now, the pain is we also need wire. So we'll need 12 constructors working, 6 for these and 6 for these. And then we'll need 70 wire per, which means 840. Now, there was a copper node over here to the side, which I was thinking about doing, but the 2 coppers together would make enough wire. This is done real quick. You'll see each one of these is 100. Like I said, I know this makes you want to cry. This is a merger to a splitter to a splitter. These guys get split 3 ways. This one gets split 3 ways. These are not messed with. This one, the only difference is coming back in. Only difference. Okay, so what I did is I picked a recipe that is going to give us using Caterium, which I just got lucky, and there's a pure node of Caterium. The copper is over here. This is 2 copper, 1 there and 1 there. I did the math on it. It's not going to make enough. Not for what we were doing. I wanted this to just be a motor factory. But this guy over here is going to give us 315 raw caterium to 7 smelters, which is going to give us 105 caterium ingots. The 105 goes into 7 constructors, and that will give us exactly 840 wire. I mean, it worked out just beautifully. Beautifully. By the way, I also want to unlock, well, maybe I'll do that whenever I mess with more oil stuff. I got one of the Uber recipes. I got super lucky on it. I'll show it to you real quick. We go to hard drive library. This heavy oil residue is beautiful. This is something you really, 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 really want. It's gonna produce heavy oil residue. 3 crude oil becomes 4 heavy oil residue. Now, if you look at it normally, 3 crude oil would become 1 residue or just 2. And it would give you a byproduct of the plastic or the rubber. But it decreased. That's no fun. I want it to increase, which would be beautiful. So I really, really want this. Now, it has this water icon here. It's probably going to give us some water as a byproduct. I don't know. I'll have to take a look at it once I select it and go through it. Now, it's also going to give us this polymer resin. And you can take polymer resin and you can actually use it, you open in Codex, to make, with water, you can make plastic or rubber. So each one of these things is going to be making us this resin that we can then convert to plastic and rubber. That is a super awesome recipe. Love, 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 love that recipe. Super great. All right. Let's go start another one. Well, we got a minute and a half. Let's go ahead and start up. Here's that little pond I was telling you about. Now I can do this also with turbo fuel back at my oil biome down my hypertube. Oh man, I need motors. You think I should rip all this down and rebuild it with Mark II miners and really make it more productive? It'll double all my machinery. That's the only downside of all of that. So what I did over here is I made a lazy machine in order to get me motors. I did this because I wanted to get through all of the tiers, not the objectives. While the objectives are cooking, I want to be able to optimize everything, build battery banks and stuff like that. So I just pulled all those rotors that I had being made over there and just tossed them into, dumped them into this to be fed to there. And I was close enough to those. And I'd made the iron pipes up there to dump into here. So this is going to make stators. And then that's going to go in with the rotors in order to make engines. Now, once I make that plant over there, this is moot. That's going to make so many motors over there. It's going to be dumb. Really, really dumb. All right. Go ahead and send this guy back off again. I work on this a little bit, but I try not to just blow it out of the water with what I'm doing. That way it's not too jarring. Petroleum power. This will be, we can make another power plant.
Milestone reached. It is my honor and privilege to inform you that the fuel-powered generator, as well as the industrial fluid buffer, are now available. Due to a lack of gold in your sector, Caterium will serve as a suitable replacement to construct the fuel-powered generator. Your research into this element was valuable. In fact, you in particular are my most valuable pioneer. But don't tell the others I said that. It would be bad for morale.
You guys didn't hear that. Suckers. All right. By the way, if Mr. Bean's ever in the way, what you can do, you can just hit him, but you can also scare him away like this. Sorry, Mr. Bean. I feel bad. All right. Let's throw down water extractor. You can't be too shallow. And then we'll throw down refinery. And then we'll do biofuel like they suggested. So this is only 45 a minute. That's 120. So we could do we don't need, I mean, we're not exactly in a rush for this. We'll just be lazy. We'll just go right to you. And then we'll need to pull electricity up here, of course. All right. See if he's far enough up there in order to give us some water. Remember, the head lift on this guy is only what, 20 meters? He should be fine at that height. As soon as this starts up. Remember, it's got to fill the pipe all the way up. There. We're going. Now, I want this pipe to be 100% full. If it does not fill all the way, we're going to go ahead and put a pump on it. Now, right now, it's gotten to the point to where the water is sloshing into the machine. Once this maxes out, because you got to think of how water flows into a pipe. It's not being pushed in a line straight up. It's being pushed up at an angle. So at this point, it's actually at this angle here. Now, once this is full, it should start filling up in this pipe to the top. Just like that. So now it's all the way full. You want your pipes all the way full. You're going to have problems. Trust me about that. Trust me. Okay, so now what we'll do is go ahead and do organization. Throw down this. Click, 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 click. And then what we'll do is a packager. Got to face the right direction, of course. Then a pipe straight in. And what we'll do, trying to decide if I want a fluid buffer. I guess I will. Just because I'm going to have to run over and get more stuff. Now we have this large industrial fluid buffer. I guess I can use that just to show you what it looks like. Just a very, 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 very big version. Okay, Captain clips a lot. Just a very large version of the other fluid buffer that we already used. And the reason why we're doing that is we're going to go get some biofuel for this guy. And then we'll throw it in there, let it work on processing it, and then we'll actually put the, we'll have to go get some plastic. I have some plastic here. We can do that. Okay, store all. So each one of these should be full. That should give us all the stuff that we saw there. That's 9. 23, good. Good. I'm worried because I feel like there's been a glitch, an experimental. And now remember, we're not using any of this, any of these reactors. And the reason why is because our coal plant is doing everything for us. It's providing so much electricity. This stuff is basically on standby. So all of this stuff has just been doing nothing. So what we're going to do is delete all this. Well, not you. Now, another thing you can do is you can hit G when you're facing something like this. And you'll notice it says dismantle filter. So now when I hold down left control and I look at stuff, notice I'm looking at this. I'm looking at the pipe. I'm looking at the poles. It only grabs conveyors because I told it, hey, do a filter. It's only going to allow me to select those. And that's pretty handy as well. It's a little fancy, but you don't have to do it. Remember, at the bottom of the screen, it tells you dismantle filter. I'm pointing on my screen like you can see it, but dismantle filter G. So you just, once again, if I only wanted to do these poles, I could hit G. And now if I look down here and hit control, it's not selecting it. But if I highlight over it while holding this, it'll select any of these. Now you have to be careful. It will select that if I was within range. And then I left click and now poof, all of them are gone. I'm actually going to redo this whole area because I'm going to use this as a large battery, battery backup, so to speak. You know what? Almost ran away. I have some plastic over here too. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I got rid of all my stinking fuel. I always do that. Do store all and then forget to grab my fuel for the jetpack. Whoops. There's a small container over here of plastic that I pilfered. Now it's totally out. I'll end up having to go back and just pick up more. Mr. Bean. Okay. So now we can select that, hold down left control, click that. Now that's going to go into this boy. Now he's going to start making biofuel. Biofuel is going to come down this pipe, fill into him. We don't have anything yet. I don't care what that graphic was you just saw. Now it's starting. And it's going to flow right back up and into this guy. We're going to package biofuel. We're going to have to go get our supplies again because we didn't finish doing everything. But luckily enough, we have enough for this. And then we will select logistics, Mark III, because I know we have those belts. No, what am I doing? Oh, that's fine. My goodness. Construction. I probably don't have enough for this. I didn't build it all. I need a constructor. Oh, I do have enough. Just barely. Go into him, tell him, make us canisters. Let's see, he makes 60 a minute. What do you use? You need 40 a minute. Okay. Then we'll just go ahead and do this. Yes, it is getting late, my friend. Go. Canisters. Add that. We need power. And then we'll go ahead and put down a container for him. And throw in that. So now he's going to start doing his thing, making that into that. Now we'll just leave this here and he will produce us. Oh, you're way off, ain't you? There. So now we should have biofuel. I said we should have biofuel. Why are we not getting any liquid biofuel? Is that too much of a uptick? So he is not. He's not above the head lift enough. So what we're going to do is put a pump right here. Good. If we have the material anyways. Nope and nope. All right, let me go grab that real quick. I doubt I can dismantle it from this range. Boop doop. All right, did I leave anything? It says it's way over there. See, and this is the problem I have. I find it real hard to believe that that worked out just perfect without a deconstruction box somewhere and marked into the mix. Give me a lift, Mr. Bean. Shouldn't have stopped my forward momentum. Oh well. So what we're going to do is we could be real fancy and put that on there, but that's a bit of overkill. Now that should be pumping in here, no problem. I said no problem. Does that not go through the fluid buffer? That's full. And that's not. Okay, fine. Come away. I guess it doesn't go through the fluid buffer. Buffer. So we'll put it on this side of the fluid buffer. Now you should be fine, yeah. I guess just because it went down to come back up. If we would have built platforms, we probably would have been fine. It's so gross. This thing is so messy. Junk everywhere. All right. Let's see if Darth Water was right. Let's test it out. Always like a tall object that we can measure this against. I'm just going to push spacebar and hold it. So about a foot above. Let's go in here. Click on that. Scroll down to package biofuel. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Holy crap. Whoa, Darth Water, you are 100% on, my dude. Okay, I gotta leave a little bit for that landing because that was gonna kill me 100%. Oh, thanks, Darth Water. That was awesome. That is bananas how good that worked. Wow. Now I actually have a use for this stuff because normally I just ignore it 100%. Appreciate the tip, my man. All right. So let's see what else we can do real quick while that's doing its thing. We are going to go over to our oil refinery place and work on making turbo fuel. Now, another thing you can do is make ugly factories right now. I totally get it. It all can't be sunshine and rainbows, kids. What we'll do is grab these guys. We'll have, yeah, I've got some, excuse me, I've got some of those SAM fluctuators. I know, I'm going the wrong direction. I can't believe I've never done that with biofuel before. I always just skip it because I never cared about the, I guess I was so done with bio that the biomass, I was just done. I didn't want to mess with it anymore. Felt like I've ditched my chainsaw 100% and just not interested. So I already set this up in here because this is a nice vein of sulfur and coal. I have it on an overflow from there so it's not affected. And what we'll do is do compacted coal. And now this guy is just going to sit here and make compacted coal and then throw it down there to that machine. Now I've already got some compacted coal here. This can be an alternative power source. Now over that direction in that pit looking area right there, there is this large area. It's a big crater in the ground. I have never built there. Kind of like this, how it's a pit. Except it's filled with water. There is a ton of coal, sulfur, and oil over there. And I'm thinking of going over there and trying to make a power plant. I've never done that in that area before. I don't know if it'll be a terribly great idea. But I'm kind of intrigued by it. I played this game for over 5 years, and at least I'm pretty sure 5 years, maybe 4. I want to say 5 though. I'm just curious on how that will go. All right, let's go ahead and zoom, zoom, zoom. There's our coal factory. There goes our coal factory. At this point, I'm on a hold dash right about now. Because I don't want to hit this too hard. No, go back, go back, go back, go back. I don't want to hit that too hard because that will kill you. Okay. So this whole line is stopped up. Yep. And it's because these boxes are full. So what we'll go ahead and do is throw down some smart splitters. Man, and I have just enough room for 2 of them. See, where's my construction box? There's a dismantle crate that way. See, what should happen is when I dismantle that, there will be a crate here or a crate there. There's definitely something fishy going on. All right. 8. Oh, what? I'm about to say. And then we can do a merger. I'm going to set the right output as an overflow. So now, once that's full, it'll kick it out that way and then gobble it all up. Spinning the power, might as well do it right. And same thing for this. And since I copied it from there to here, it kept the same settings. The right is an overflow. And right now it's backing up a little bit, but that's okay. We can do that. That'll really make it continuously flow, no problem. And then everything else will go back to normal. So what we need to do at this point, oh, I forgot to get ammo. So we're going to go ahead and copy one of these guys, throw him down here. Put a pipe junction right here. Once again, ugly. I'm okay with it at this point. Horizontal to vertical. Copy one of these guys. Put it there. And then right, another one of these guys. Put it here. What in the heck? Fine, whatever. So this isn't truly going to be that. What this is going to be a smokeless powder. Okay. Oh, goodness. Good. I do have some. So we just need to give this guy electricity. And I'm sure there's plenty of electricity over here. That was overkill as far as electricity goes. So he's going to pull in. And we're going to throw this in there. I've got a whole bunch of this black powder that I want to process in. And I'm going to process it over to this smokeless powder. What this is going to do is allow us to unlock better explosives as far as our Nobelisks go. We'll have Nobelisk clusters. So instead of just these singles, it'll be a cluster that we can fire and blow up. We're going to go ahead and take this away because I'm not that impressed with this anymore. Thanks to Darth Water. Look at all that. Got tons of it. What we can also do is change this to where it'll actually make turbo fuel. So you can do the same thing I did there. Just the extra step is another refinery over there. And what we're going to do is pull in the liquid from there. We don't want it to go. we don't want it to just go into there. We want it to go into this device, and this will allow us to do turbo fuel. And all turbo fuel it requires is fuel plus compacted coal. Look at that. I got 60. We can destroy that, so we don't care anymore. And throw down another packager. What am I doing? Throw that into there. And then we need containers. See, look, I destroyed that packet. There they are. I was about to say, man. We can pack turbo fuel, throw in the containers, and then give this electricity. Clipping right through it. Oh, close. And then we can actually have it fill up another container. Organization, storage container. There we go. And I said I was going to make a short video. Ha! Happens every time. And then there's all the reds. Now give a comparison. Man, I got a lot of fuel in my... So once again, if we just hold down on the biofuel, there's the stack, top of it. I'm going to go ahead and drop at this point. So in case I miss it like that, I don't die. And I'll show you what turbo fuel does. Turbo fuel has got more of a turbo to it, but you don't get near as high as that bio. Just holding it down, see, we're flying. So you get a little bit more out of the biofuel, but turbo is definitely a lot of oomph to it. All right, so we'll continue using our biofuel instead. Doing pretty good as far as manufacturing goes. All right. So me playing with that and that allowed for this guy. See, there's another reason I like these pipes to go up and over. 90. Looking good. Now I could run all the way back to base, or I could just throw a man down right here. Sulfur. So we have that. We'll need more. We'll need more Nobilis for that. A good way to find out. I need more engines for that and more rubber. That's rubber right here. Go ahead and take some back plastic. The 350. Man. I've got tons of Nobilis back at base. All right. I'm going to go ahead and let that chew on it. We'll mess with it next episode, but get the idea. What's up, Mr. B? Ooh, doo, 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 doo. Yeah, I haven't worked on that. Should make it look pretty just to make people jelly. Super jelly. Super jelly. So once again, I would here's my nobelisks. Like I said, I've got tons of them. So I'll be able to put those in, create that. But let me show you this and how I do this. I really like how this is done. Gives it a little bit more of a nice feeling when it's inside of a factory. What you can do, let's say you want to make a stairway here to go down. What you can do is go into architecture, and I bought these catwalks. And what you can do is select the catwalk stairs. Now, you can do this to the side, to the middle, or to the side. Don't do it in the middle. You're going to feel like that's the way to go, but it's not going to work for this example. Trust me. So instead, what we'll do is we'll pick the side. We'll pick the we'll pick the left side this time. In fact, we'll zoop it all the way down. And now what you want to do is you have these pieces that have this bar. Okay. So if you look at how this one's done, you just put one to the side, one in front. Okay. So put one in front and then one to the side. And then they have these regular plain Jane ones that are just literally no guardrails or nothing. You could literally fall off the side of that. You put that in the corner. And then one of the other things that I purchased was these industrial rails and modern rails. That modern rail looks perfect right there. So then it's a nice little look. I really enjoy the way that looks. Yeah, sure, this doesn't match this, but there's different cosmetics that you can do for the customizer on materials. You can go and do fix-it foundations, concrete. There's more of these we can actually buy. We can even change their colors if we wanted to. But I really enjoy the way that looks. Sulfur. Got ourselves a pew pew.
Rifle and rifle ammo unlocked. A long-range weapon and rapid-fire ammunition, only to be used for the defense or acquisition of fix-it property. Conveniently, this includes everything of value on this planet.
There you go. Got permission. All we needed was permission. Of course, you got to make it over here. And of course, I probably won't have the necessary stuff. Yeah, I'm missing something. 2 motors, pipes, and a bunch of screws. Oh, heck, I could do that. See, where's your pipes? Where's your pipe? Where's your pipe? Boom. Bunch of pipes. Grab a stack of motors just because we can. And then we'll grab some screws. Let me pass. You ain't the Gandalf. Not enough space in inventory. Really? Is that what we're doing today? We're just choosing violence? Fine, I'll just take one. Take one stack. All I'll take. Be a good boy. Be a good boy. I don't need more than one. Going akimbo up in here. Yeah, I never can remember how far up this stacks. I think 500 on this. Perfect. So the extra black powder in there. Put all that in there as well. All right. What are we going to replace? I hate replacing my only close range thing, but we'll do that. Hit R to reload. Now. Full ejection action. Ah, an enemy. Just kidding, Mr. B. I wouldn't do that to you. So once again, I was talking about making stuff ugly. You can do that, especially whenever you're trying to go past all your milestones to get ready to finish. I threw in the summer sloops in here, and I was making a ton of computers, because computers were used on a lot of the stuff that we were needing. Says I don't have power. Why don't I have power? What in the world went on? Oh, I bet I linked it up to those up there. And whenever I cut it, yeah, look, all this stuff backed up. When I cut the power, it cut the line from back here as well. I killed power to half my base. Yeah. Oh, and you were connected to it too, huh? Watch these lights. They'll tell you if there's something wrong. Red is never a good sign. Yellow, 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 yellow. Green. He's working now. Yeah. All right. Well, I don't think we can do any more damage today. Do is go ahead and finish up this. I'll leave you with Ada and her humor as far as trains go. Parental warnings.
Milestone reached. Trains are excellent for efficiently moving vast quantities of parts. Train logistics can be made more precise and complex with tools found in the railway signaling milestone. I listen to all my pioneers, often when they're not even aware of it. So due to popular demand, I have added a motivational message. Choo-choo mother...
And with that, choo-choo. Y'all have a great afternoon, evening, good night, good morning, whatever it is. I'll see you next video.